I actually was going to watch a video about Lost Ark today and look into that, because apparently Lost Ark has been growing month after month. And whenever I see a game that's actually growing and getting bigger every single month, especially as an MMO, that is going to be litty. Lost Ark does seem like it's got a lot of positives to it, I'll say that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Osterberg501, and today I want to go over some new information for Lost Ark that I found pretty interesting and that I think bodes very well for Lost Ark as a whole and for the Western release of Lost Ark, which is probably going to be the main game I focus on this channel once it's released. This new information was that Lost Ark was able to surpass over 240,000 concurrent players.
That's a lot of people.
Only in the Korean region.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely massive. That is only one section of the Lost Ark player base, because it has been published for a long time in other regions outside of Korea. And keep in mind that this is concurrent users. This is how many people would be on at the exact same time. That is a ridiculous amount of people. That would most likely mean that the game has over 1 million active players.
I would say so.
Crazy, because remember, I went over a video when Lost Ark was first announced to be releasing in the West, that Lost Ark was already the most popular MMO in Korea, which it still is. It's still one of the most popular games in Korea as a whole. I think it was at number 6 then, could possibly be higher now.
That's insane.
And it's still growing and getting ridiculous numbers, and only from one region. And usually when you would be hearing about concurrent user numbers, especially here in the West, it would usually be from something like Steam, which more often than not is going to be global versions of games. So comparing this to, say, the recent New World beta, which was all of the regions possible to play in that beta, New World got 200,000 concurrent players in that beta, and this is 240,000 from one region, which kind of...
That's fucking insane. That is actually fucking insane. And as I said before, I wanted to say housing. Yeah, that is ridiculous. In terms of this game, I know a lot of people think that it's pay to win. If the only pay to win element of the game is that you can play it for free, but if you pay a sub, your game, like, you can play like effectively all of the game and you level up faster and everything, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that, because that's effectively a sub fee, and I'm okay with sub fees. And also, like, I'm waiting to see like what their monetization structure is going to be on the NA realms. That's not it. It's not that bad. No, that's not it at all. Absolutely not. And I know, like, every time that I talk about Lost Ark, people feel like it's going to be like super pay to win, because it's like, it's a Korean game, and you know, a lot of these games don't have a very good track record for not being pay to win. And I get that, but I will wait until I really see the game and I have my own impression of it at that time. Lost Ark got banned on EU for loot boxes? No, you're missing the point. The point is that doesn't surprise me, because the version of Lost Ark that we are going to play is going to be different than the version of Lost Ark that got banned in the EU because of loot boxes. So, whenever I'm talking about Lost Ark, I am not talking about the Korean current version of the game. I'm talking about what the game is going to be in America. Now, this is important. If this is not the case, I'll probably play it for a few days, see what it's like, realize that it's pay to win, and probably just quit the game. Like, that's the reality. I probably will do that. However, I do hold out hope that they will not do that and sabotage their own game. It's BDO all over again. BDO is not, it's not the same thing. You have to pay to buy, you bought BDO. Like, BDO costs money to buy. Should be the logic with Bless Unleashed 2. It's not Bless Online. Well, no. It's like, let's say they brought out a game called Ark, and Ark was bad, and then they brought out Lost Ark. I would assume Lost Ark was bad, because they already have a track record of making bad games. It's different.
Helps to show the popularity of this game. And I don't think the Western version is going to get this popular. That would be a pretty incredible feat.
I think it will.
I do think this, combined with the information we saw for the technical alpha of Lost Ark, it bodes extremely well for the game as a whole, and how quick you could expect content to be released in the game. And if you guys never saw the information about that or didn't watch my video on it, during a short technical alpha test for the Western version of Lost Ark, that test was able to get around 16,000 concurrent players in it, which was mostly paid for, because if you paid for any of the founder packs, you got an invite to the alpha. And people were able to also write reviews on Steam of the alpha, which garnered a 97% positive rating for over 1,000 reviews. So even
that's a big fucking deal. That is a huge fucking deal. However, it's important to keep this in mind. If you have people that are paying to play the game and they've already been founders, you are going to have a predisposition for those people to have a bias to like the game. They want to like the game. So it's not like, oh, for sure this is what it's going to be. Absolutely. But it still does matter to see so many people being positive about it. Twitch drops true, not only paid access. We'll see about that. I'm not sure about that.
Western release or a Western alpha of Lost Ark was pretty successful in its own right. And the main reason I want to talk about this is because I've followed MMOs for years. I played MMOs for a majority of my life, and throughout that time there have been dozens and dozens of MMOs that have come out and died, so they've pretty much lost majority or all of their support and either were kept in a maintenance mode or completely shut down, which I think is a pretty big fear for a lot of MMO players now, because people have gotten so used to MMOs coming out and just being shut down or not having many content updates after because they weren't successful enough and support was dropped. So I think having this much information on a new MMO coming out that pretty much guarantees this game will continue to get a massive amount of developer support can definitely bode well for more people trying out the game and being excited about playing a game that won't be dropped anytime soon. And I'll link the article.
I agree with that. I definitely do. I think that the game could, you don't want to invest in a game that's going to die. But I do also want to say that just playing an MMO for the first month of the game, I would say don't look at it like an MMO. Look at it like just a new multiplayer game that you're going to try out. Don't plan on going into a game and spending the next 10 years of your life in it. Like, just play the game, enjoy it for what it is, and whenever you're not having fun anymore, stop playing the game.
That talks about this in the description. Just that simple. It is a Korean article, so you have to translate it to English. But in this article, they talk about the reason for the increase in players, and it is pretty much directly due to the game releasing really well-received content updates. And this new concurrent user high is also directly related to the release of the Sorceress class, which happened only a few days before they got the 240,000 concurrent users, which is one of the new classes for Lost Ark that is a much more archetypal mage you'd expect, especially if you're used to more Western versions of a mage, using all the different elements, big meteors dropping from the sky, stuff like that. And that also talks about a bunch of the other content updates that have happened this year and are still coming, which I think is also very exciting because
here's something that a lot of people don't keep in mind, they don't think about. The fact that an isometric game, for anybody that doesn't know, it's a game that has like a fixed camera, right? Like you can only look at the game from like one direction, and it's like the game basically tells you which direction you're looking in. A game like that will just categorically have lower system requirements. And that is actually good for making it accessible to more people. Because the game will be able to be played by more consoles, and I don't know if this is on console or not. It'll be able to be played by more PCs. It's one of the big reasons why Fortnite was so popular. Fortnite was very, very popular because it was playable on any PC. And same with Minecraft too. Minecraft is massively fucking popular because you can play it. It doesn't matter if you're using your mom's PC from 2011 that's got 8 different toolbars for Yahoo search engine on it. It doesn't make a difference because not anymore. League of Legends too. Yeah, League of Legends. So Lost Ark has that innate advantage to it. Absolutely. A toaster can play it. Yeah. Minecraft is pretty insane. So you guys think that Minecraft You guys think Minecraft has like a higher system requirement to it than, let's say, something like Witcher 3 or something like even like Apex Legends or PUBG? Yes? What, no? Modded Minecraft? Yeah, I mean, of course, if you like overload it with a million mods, but I'm talking about like the base game. Like the base game that most people experience, most people play. What are we doing right now?
A game that's 3 years into its lifespan in this region, continuing to grow directly due to it getting better and better, doesn't actually happen that much in gaming anymore, and hasn't really happened too much in its past.
Absolutely.
Especially for MMOs. There's only a few MMOs that have come out and years
that
down
actually
the line
grow,
have continued to grow.
This is a video we watched
like
with that
this.
boss.
And some of the main ones being Final Fantasy right now, and World of Warcraft when it hit its peak in players in Wrath of the Lich King, which was its second expansion and years away from its initial launch. So being in the same league as Final Fantasy 14 right now and World of Warcraft and Wrath of the Lich King, you're clearly doing something right.
You're in good company.
Pretty much all I wanted to go over. Like I said, I mainly wanted to go over this just because I think this helps reassure that this game is going to continue to have.
People say I ignore you guys whenever you disagree, or I don't want to do it. Lich King. Yeah, that's not what he said. Is that sometimes like chat will like argue about something and like have these like inane points. Like I think another example of this is like whenever I was saying that information is more accessible now than it was back then in like 2006 when vanilla came out, and that's why it was harder. And people are telling me like, oh no, that's not true, right? Like to me, I just blow that off. I just blow that off because like people, it's like that. It's like you just, it's intellectually dishonest. Like everybody knows what you're saying. Of course it's true. Yeah, of course.
Support, so you don't have to be as scared of a new MMO coming out that you want to play and keep playing for years down the road, and then all support being dropped because it's not successful enough. And this also very much shows that the content they're adding into the game is being very well received. So subscribe if you want to see more Lost Ark or other videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about Lost Ark in general, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think the game looks really good. I'm excited to play it. As I said, I've DM'd people at Amazon trying to get into the game so I could actually play it on my stream, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm very excited to play it and try it out and see what it's like. And I know that, like, as I said, Lost Ark has had a lot of like very negative impressions of it, absolutely, but we'll have to see. Is he actually a dev shill? Oh, am I a dev shill? Yeah, I am. They pay me to ask them if their game is going to come out. Yeah, that's what it is.